The Commission of Inquiry into Land Acquisition and Management spent close to 3 hours interrogating the Executive Director of the National Forestry Authority, Michael Mugisa. The probe team grilled the Director of Irregularities in the institution that's supposed to protect the country's forests. The Commission's chairperson, Lady Justice Catherine Wamgemerire, tasked Mugisa to explain alleged collusion with businessmen.
Do you believe that a person who depletes your forest by getting heavy earth-moving equipment to actually cut down trees is one who you can give an eco-lodge tourism?
My Lord, using equipment, as I mentioned, is already an element which degrades the ecological
Thank you,
function.
but is this the kind of investor you want in your forest? In our forest, because you are responsible for our forest, therefore the rest of this country. Is this the kind of investor you're encouraging into our forest?
My Lord, these are the issues which we have facts on them and ground data which are the basis of any decision that we're going to make.
We want to hear, we want to feel you, we want to hear you, but we don't get a clear impression. And you really saw the lead counsel trying to allude to this. We don't feel that you actually have the forest at heart.
The concern stems from the alleged degradation of over 100 hectares of land at Kajansi Forest Reserve in Wakiso district. The land was reportedly cleared to set up an eco-tourist lodge. The farm under the spotlight is called International Camping Sites. It's run by Cedric Nsongoza, the brother of a prominent Kampala businessman called Ephraim Taganda. The land in question is being contested by retired Makerere lecturer Dr. Deodacio Kasuja. Kasuja dragged Nsongoza and Taganda to the commission, accusing them of colluding with senior National Forestry Authority officials to cut down trees and destroy his beehives without compensating him fully. Kasuja is said to have quietly passed on his interest in the land to Nsongoza without the backing of National Forestry Authority. The commission heard that Kasuja's license had expired at the time of transferring his interest to Nsongoza.
You told us that you were surprised that these people actually entered into these transactions without your consent. We've been listening to Mr. Nsongoza, who says he's connected with that company you talked about that acquired. He says actually he got these ideas and this advice of how to get into the forest from Mr. Ojwando. Would that surprise you? Or is that part of his job, to go around and give people advice on how they can enter business in the forest?
Well, my Lord, it depends on what it means by entering into business, but providing...
The Commission's lead counsel, Ebert Vienka, spent a considerable time tasking Mugisa to explain why he flouted laid-down procedures to entertain an application for a permit for an eco-tourist lodge filed by International Camping Sites.
Does that damage concern you as the director of NFA?
It is the number one, my Lord, my responsibility.
Your number one
that
responsibility.
There are no damaging activities in a forest reserve.
Okay.
We commission always environmental impact assessment on any kind of activity.
Okay. Did I hear you tell us who was responsible for this damage that came to your attention?
Come again?
In your testimony today, did I or did I not hear you actually name the people responsible for this damage? The company?
My Lord, is International Camping Sites.
Okay. Let me ask you again. Are you considering an application from International Camping Sites? These people who degraded the environment, to your knowledge, until you had to stop them, are you considering an application to grant them a license?
My Lord, I had mentioned previously, when these things happened, occasioned by those transactions, it was commissioning an investigation. I have a 5-member team, coordinators of forest, legal, and other managers, who have written a report. It is upon those recommendations and findings in the report that will determine the consideration of the application.
Mugisa was also asked about the loss of forest cover in other areas like Nomve Forest Reserve in Wakiso district. The Commission also asked Mugisa to explain alleged witness intimidation by his organization.
My Lord, I have not detected that, and I don't think it is even important. What we're saying is what we're experiencing.
It is very important. It's actually a crime. If somebody comes and gives us information, and somebody goes and retaliates against them, you commit an offense. And I'm telling this to you as the ED, because if we find that somebody has been retaliated against, we shall come for your head, because it's an offense.
Sharon Roshre, NTV.